check a story out of Victoria. The mayor there, Lisa Helps, well, she wants citizens to help the homeless by taking them into their own homes. Here, let me read to you from a story in the CBC. We've got this great quote. Lisa Helps says that this is exactly what happened in Victoria during the war. The mayor at that time called on people to open their homes to people that were coming to Victoria to work in the war effort, in the war industry, she said. People opened their homes and took working people in, unquote. I want to introduce our guest in just one second, but before I do, I should note that, of course, the people Lisa Helps wants taken in are not workers coming to work. They are homeless people on the street who are not working. And despite her last name, Lisa Helps herself isn't going to take anyone in. She's not going to help anyone. She just wants citizens to do that. Joining us now to talk about this quirky story is our friend Lauren Gudger. Lauren, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much. It's
Welcome to our world headquarters.
Thank you.
This is a funny story, isn't it?
It is. It's in a lot of ways a very typical story about progressives' hypocrisy, right? So she says, Lisa Helps says, I want you to take homeless people into your home. She has kind of walked that back a little bit since, because she says, well, I don't really mean people with mental health problems or addictions. I mean people who might be sleeping on someone's couch and are temporarily between homes because we have a rental crisis here in Victoria. Okay, but if somebody's sleeping on a friend's couch, isn't that essentially what you're asking everybody in Victoria to do, is to open up their couch? Anyway, it's a bit not so that way. But the other thing about this is she says, well, yes, I would do this myself, of course, but I have so much confidential information in my home, being the mayor. I can't possibly see my way clear to doing that.
As opposed to you, ordinary citizen with your banking records, your personal records, your family albums.
Your credit card that might be in your wallet, you know, and all of a sudden someone you don't know who's been between homes.
So she's defaming them. She's discriminating against them by saying they're not trustworthy, those thieves.
I hadn't heard that, but you know, there was an instant social media reaction in Victoria, which I thought was actually quite funny, where, you know, so people attached to her Facebook post all sorts of comments like, if you have confidential documents in your home, can't you think of a place to store them securely, like maybe a public building that has 24/7 security where a lot of municipal employees work and you might have an office sometimes, you know? So, and somebody else put, I thought a very good point, said, look, I work in the financial sector. We have all sorts of confidential information. I'm not allowed to take it out of my office. How are you? The problem for this person wasn't the idea of taking homeless people into their homes, but it was, how do you take confidential stuff away from a lockup anyway? So it's just one of those gushy, feel-good, I'm a progressive, but don't hold me to it, it's for thee, but not for me, sort of ideas. And then to liken this to taking a bunch of workers who were pouring into Victoria to help with munitions building and loading ships and during the war, you know, that you're supposed to take somebody who's been sleeping the last 3 months under the bridge into your home. It's so naive. It's almost arrogant.
Hey, if you like that, sign up for my show every day. Click on the screen to subscribe.